Hello YouTube, Colleen here. Just finished canning some quarts of pork and handheld camera. I'm trying these 4 pints, which is basically all the pint jars I have at the moment, with an uncured Polish sausage that I bought at grocery outlet. There's one. Uncured beef kielbasa, grass-fed beef. These 12-ounce packages, I got 10 of them at 27 cents each. And they're delicious, but it's taken up my freezer. So I either have to eat it all day, every day until it's gone, or figure out a way to can it. I also got 2 of these 24-ounce deli ham at 27 cents per package. And I think I did a pretty good job of estimating how much I could fit in the freezer, like on the fly, but that limits a lot of other things I might want to do if I can't figure out how to deal with it. But it's been a while since I posted anything, and I have been rearranging, is a good word, all of my foodstuffs. So there you can see a bunch of canned vegetables, and then this is there we go, a blind corner cabinet, so it does go back all the way to the wall. And so there's a bunch of canned vegetables, and then in the corner, very hard to get to, is a bunch of canned beans. And then I put this cardboard here to keep the cats from crawling into the cabinets, which my cats are pretty obsessed with doing. So I moved my canned hams into this cabinet, and then back there I moved a bunch of the chili with the longest Best By dates, because that's also like real hard to get to. And then, oh, here comes a cat looking for an opportunity. That's Ginger. A bunch of condiments. Hang on. She just like loves to get into the cabinets. Drives me nuts. Okay, so like I said, it's been all rearranged, and I finally got hold of Keystone ground beef, a case of 14-ounce cans, Best By April 2028. So that's pretty awesome. And I made up a written inventory of a bunch of little miscellaneous junk that I really, in the past, haven't counted at all. Then, oh, the bins in the bedroom. Which I'll show you in a second here. And then the bottom drawer in the bedroom. Take my little light with me. So, I kind of call this the working pantry, but I treat it as sort of a slush fund. Like anything that's on these shelves, I don't count because it's kind of, this will be the first stuff to go. Also this. And I do, you know, actually look at it a lot and have a very good idea of what is here. But this is stuff that, you know, changes all the time. And all my oils are there in the bottom. And there's a bunch of flour. And I have 6 of these half-gallon jars that have flour and beans and rice. There's a little glass canister with beans. And there's plastic with rice that holds 5 pounds. And there's a plastic with jasmine rice that holds 5 pounds. These are tomatoes that I just bought last week that don't fit where tomatoes belong, but they were 2 for $1 at the discount grocery. Good for about a year. So that's that. And then there's my case of the Keystone beef, ended up there. And then this is a bunch of tuna. I forget how much. That is a bunch of tuna. Back there is home canned, primarily meat and beans. Then I've got the ladder here because I need that to get up to the Keystone beef, which I pulled one out. And this is all different because I'm taking a lot of stuff out of here. So we got chicken, chili, Spam, and similar. This is what happens when you order cans of food from Amazon. Corned beef, roast beef, pulled pork, Denny Moore beef stew. These larger cans, also from Amazon, pretty banged up. Corned beef hash, tuna, more home canned. And then that little bin is oddball miscellaneous proteins. Okay. These bins up top, I have to climb on top of the bed to see into them. But the first 3 are all tomato products. And then the next one is chicken, canned chicken, commercially canned chicken. And the last one is all vegetables. And then down here vegetables, canned beans. Recently purchased 8 cans of Campbell's tomato soup and spices, extra spices. So my my dry goods in these bins. Those bins are all full now. Rice, beans, ramen, pasta, some oats. But they're completely full, so I don't have to think about that because I got no more room. And then I got a bug zapper also at the grocery outlet. Yay! Can't stand it when like a fly gets in the house. But anyway, these bins up here have a little bit of room in them for some kind of dry goods if I find something I want, but I don't feel like there's anything I really need. But anyway, I now have a much better handle on exactly what I have, and trying to concentrate a whole lot more on meat, where before I was like, oh, I don't need that much meat. I could get by on 1.5 servings of meat per day and a lot of beans and ramen and miscellaneous, proteins from wheat and so on. And a couple people on YouTube were talking about going on carnivore diet, which I wouldn't be interested in doing. I'm just not that fond of meat. But it sort of crossed my mind that if I have meat, of course, I do have all the dry goods and all that, but meat will be the hard part, the hard thing to get. So I've decided to focus more on that. Like this little bitty can, they're expensive, to be perfectly honest, but there's like 77 grams of protein in that little can. So I think, let's see, I was, doing the math, like the cans of beef stew. People talk about, oh yeah, you can put this over mashed potatoes and split it between 2 people. Yeah, if you don't need any protein. There's 18 grams of protein in a can. You can compare, a can of tuna at 24 grams of protein. So those large cans that I got through Amazon is 24 grams per can. And then the corned beef hash is 28 grams of protein in a can. So if I have eggs, that's how I like to use the corned beef hash. A half a can of the corned beef hash plus 2 eggs is a nice, high protein meal. Those canned hams are 1 pound, and a quarter of the can would be 18 grams of protein. What's this? Nally chili, 26 grams of protein in a can. Great value chili, 22 cans, 22 grams in a can. The large Wolf chili cans are 42 grams, so 2 meals at 21 grams apiece. So anyway, I just did a bunch of, calculations and what I have, and all that. And I feel like now I'm at a point where I don't have a lot of space for anything else. I mean, I could wedge a few cans onto that bookshelf thing. I could put a few in that pantry cabinet. I have a little bit of space, near the ham under this counter, but that's it. I also do have, besides these jars, I think I have 21 quarts and a place to put them under the bed. So those need to get filled up with something, which would probably involve having the ability to buy things and hold them in the freezer to accumulate enough to make a batch, because just those 4 quarts, that's 8 pounds of pork there. And I live in a area where the people at the grocery store know me. If I went and bought 40 pounds of meat, they would be talking about me on the news. It just isn't done here. So typically I sort of accumulate it over time and put it in the freezer, where I currently have no space. But I'm not too happy with the preliminary on that sausage. It soaked up a bunch of the water, got all fat. So I worry that it's going to be kind of weird. But I will try it, and if that worked okay, then I'll probably run, a batch. Well, I don't have pint jars, so that's not actually possible at the moment. But maybe I can eat stuff that's in pint jars to empty them out, and get some of that sausage into the pint jars. Or, maybe drive to a grocery store that doesn't know me and buy 40 pounds of meat and just go for it. But anyway, haven't worked that out yet. But that's what I'm doing, kind of switching to more meat. And I mean, I still do have a lot of vegetables and a lot of canned beans, but maybe over time I will use that stuff up to an extent to make room for more meat. I think the meat is going to be the first thing that becomes really hard to get. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put it in the comments. I generally will respond in less than a day. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye. Bye.